Do you think teachers burnout is real?
So no stay back.
Okay.
No working on Saturdays. No phone calls to teachers on Sundays.
Do you think parents are getting too much involved in the school system?
Of course.
If I'm teaching a class, then I am handling the parents' issues as well on WhatsApp group. Then I am checking the question papers, assignments, everything. Then I have to be a part of the school events also. I have to organize that also. So where do I as a teacher get time to upskill?
See, what is the main role of a teacher? The teacher's role is to teach with
Workload is probably killing the joy of teaching. Teachers ko India mein it's considered a very normal job or they aren't respected and they aren't also paid for the same.
what happened in COVID. 2 years. The teacher alone ran the school.
Absolutely. Do you think teacher's degree is useless?
It is not really an advantage as such. Parent needs to partner a teacher.
Yeah,
Parent
absolutely.
cannot create pressure on the teacher.
Absolutely.
What does it mean? It means he's not looking for partnership. He's looking for somebody to hear his complaint. When parents come for admission, they come and ask, is there a swimming pool? Show me your lab. I don't think any parent has asked me, can I meet the teacher?
Ma'am, 3 things schools are unintentionally doing wrong. One myth parents believe about teachers.
The teacher is not doing enough for my child. She's a good teacher, but she's ignoring my child.
टीचर्स सिर्फ पढ़ाते हुए थकते नहीं हैं. आज के सिस्टम में वो बर्नआउट हो रहे हैं. वर्कलोड बढ़ रहा है, एक्सपेक्टेशंस और भी ज़्यादा बढ़ रही हैं, लेकिन सपोर्ट और पेरेंट्स की रिस्पेक्ट और स्कूल की रिस्पेक्ट कम होती जा रही है. और जब टीचर बर्नआउट होता है, सिर्फ टीचर नहीं, स्टूडेंट्स, क्लासरूम्स और पूरा कल्चर अफेक्ट होता है. आज के एपिसोड में हम ओपनली बात कर रहे हैं टीचर के वर्कलोड, उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स और उसके सल्यूशंस के बारे में जो स्कूल्स एक्चुअली इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं. हमारे साथ हैं मिस चंदा रायसिंघानी. वो ग्राउंड रियलिटी को समझती हैं बिकॉज वो लास्ट 4 डेकेड से एक टीचर रही हैं एंड नाउ शी इज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ आरडी स्कूल्स इन दिल्ली एंड गोवा. ये एपिसोड एक कंप्लेंट सेशन नहीं है, ये एक सोल्यूशन ड्रिवन कॉन्वर्सेशन है फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, टीचर्स एंड पेरेंट्स. मिस चंदा रायसिंघानी on SchoolCast with Avyakt. Hello Chanda ma'am, welcome to SchoolCast with Avyakt.
Hi, Avyakt. Nice to meet you. Glad to be here. Let's start.
It's a pleasure having you, ma'am. You have, I think, more than 3 or 4 decades of experience in education as a teacher, as the leader of a school, of a very good school. So, can you please introduce yourself in 2 minutes?
2 minutes is rather long, so I'll be brief.
Yeah.
Started in the Delhi University. After Delhi University, went off to Calcutta, got married, and became a teacher trainer in early education, Montessori.
Okay.
And came back to Delhi about, I think, 20 years later and pursued my profession to be a teacher trainer. And this took me into the schools. I met someone who's the chairperson of the organization we are in right now, Shefali Verma. And she was in real estate, she was in planning, she was in infrastructure, she was an artist by concept. And so with her, I was the education leg. So the two of them started these schools. We started with a preschool Montessori school near Golf Links. But soon all the parents, we had very, very discerning parents who understood the benefits of the pedagogy. And these people got after us to start a high school. And soon we created a high school in Goa, which is a K-12 school.
Wow.
And at the moment in New Friends Colony, 8 years ago, we came up with the Ardee School there. And we follow an international curriculum, the Cambridge curriculum. And very, very highly satisfied with the way the things are moving.
Amazing, ma'am. Long journey and you've set up a beautiful school. Everyone talks highly about the school. So now, in today's day and age, when we are talking to teachers on social media or when we are interacting with them offline, the biggest problem is teachers burnout. That's a very hype word these days. Do you think teachers burnout is real?
Definitely. It's very real. And let me say that the teachers burnout was even then, when I'm going back 50 years ago, and it is even now.
Okay.
The problem is the mode has changed, the interface has changed, and it was physical more, it's more cognitive now. That is the switch.
Can you explain?
So for example, suppose you had a tired teacher, in the olden days.
Yeah.
I will call them the olden days. And
Yeah.
if she was tired, she could just walk into a classroom, shut the room, and go about teaching.
Yeah.
Today, that same tired teacher, she goes into a classroom. So she's teaching, she's documenting, she's taking pictures, she's collecting data, she's taking all those things, downloading in the class, and then working. So a tired teacher also has to do all these things, which actually, though she's doing it with a smile, is actually making her more tired.
Yeah.
So the burnout is real. The burnout is also because of decision fatigue. Like the teacher today has to take decisions at the micro level and the macro level the whole time because she's judged throughout. So those decisions have to be very carefully taken. So there is decision fatigue in them also. So I won't say that this burnout is, let's say the system, it was always there, but the system is more relentless now. It's more unforgiving now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So teachers have to do, I think, a lot of tasks which earlier they didn't have to do or that didn't exist earlier.
Yes, absolutely.
And relentless because social media is there. So even if somebody does one small incorrect thing, they are just.
And the teacher, she's under the lens because, see, I compare it to the medical profession.
Yeah.
So you have a doctor, and the doctor is supposed to diagnose, he's supposed to give you the medicine, and he is to make you okay.
Yeah.
So the doctor is taking care of you physically.
Yeah.
The teacher is taking care of the child cognitively because she is responsible. She has to see that, what's the problem with the child. Again, differentiation. Like the doctor cannot give one medicine to all the
Absolutely.
patients.
Yeah.
Similarly, the teacher cannot give the same education to two different level of children.
Yeah.
She's doing that. She's giving the resources. She's giving the answers. She's also taking care of his emotional life.
Yeah.
All that takes place in school. So she's walking on a tight rope and trying to balance on that tight rope. So yes, burnout, work pressure, load has increased.
And if we talk about workforce in any sector, so the challenge or what people want is professional challenges. In schooling and teaching, what we are seeing is teachers are getting emotional challenges and they are not getting professionally challenged. Is it right?
I think they're getting both. Like they are getting emotional challenge because education is being outsourced to
Yeah.
the school, right? And micromanaged.
Yeah.
So the teacher then has to handle everything which in no other sector are you taking a person, you might be working in the corporate sector or whatever. It's just the profession, the work that you're concerned with. But here you're concerned with how the child is behaving, what he's speaking, every word he's saying, what he's thinking, what he's seeing at home in social media. That too becomes the teacher's responsibility. Very often it is because the parent is also helpless. You have people working more now,
Yeah.
families who are busy with many other things. So the outsourcing is much more. At the same time, you have your AI now to help the parents, and micromanagement is taking place. So everything that you say, they Google the answer and it goes by just that one particular answer.
Yeah.
So it's a tough time for teachers.
And you spoke about parents. Do you think parents are getting too much involved in the school system?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, in one word, it is yes. And let me tell you, it's not that the parent is the enemy. Anxiety is. It is not that the parent is being difficult, but the roles are getting blurred. The roles are getting blurred now. And the parents are taking school, maybe it's because of the high fees, I don't know. But there is a lot of, they are expecting almost like customer service.
Absolutely.
That we are investing this
Yeah.
and we need to get that. But they must understand, and we must understand that education is not a refund model.
Exactly.
You do not get refund according to how much you are investing in it. So yes, so there is a lot of parent education which is being done, and I won't say all parents. It's just a few parents who might be thinking like this, and so a lot of workshops and connect with parents and engagement with parents help them to think of the other side of the story also.
Yeah, because education is not like a corporate, it's not like Blinkit or Zepto. You order something online and then it gets to you in 10 minutes. It takes
Absolutely.
time. A
Yes.
child, nurturing of a child, school has their own ways. It takes a lot of time.
And parents are also in a hurry for the child to show results.
Yeah,
And for example, a child will take 20 years to become 20-year-old.
yeah,
But we have parents who want a rush in the curriculum, but he knew it. Like, take, for example, mountains. And this was always done. Mountains are done in pre primary, mountains are done in grade 3.
yeah,
Mountains will again be done in grade 5.
yeah,
And finally, in geography, they are studying mountains. And they're probably being done in postgraduate courses also.
absolutely.
But a person who's not aware or not in education or aware of this pedagogy will feel, but the mountains he did not, they're repeating the
Yeah.
curriculum. There's a lot of repetition in your curriculum. My child knows mountains. So that is the issue. So I think everybody should trust and have faith in educationists. Of course, you fail sometimes. Like even doctors, you might be having faith in doctors, but some treatments fail.
Yeah.
Similarly, educationists also can fail in certain examples.
It's a learning process.
It's a learning process, but unfortunately, it's now trial by fire.
Do you think the Indian schools are lagging behind in terms of curriculum when we compare it to the global stage?
I don't think they are lacking in the what of the curriculum.
Yeah.
According to the global scenario, you have the curriculum, you have the international schools, you have CBSE. I think what we are lacking is in the how. And in how it's coming, India, our culture, our people. So the how part needs to be manifested in a better manner.
Can you elaborate on that?
So, for example, uh, let's take the Finland model.
Okay.
Right now, Finland has a gold standard, and it wasn't done overnight.
Yeah.
And it wasn't done by chance or by fluke.
Ma'am, what is the Finland model if you can explain?
So, for example, the teaching hours are less.
Okay.
Now, that's a big one.
How many hours?
I think it is about 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
But in India, you can't do that because parents are working, and over there is a different system of a parent staying at home for some years and still getting social security,
Yeah.
etc. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not contesting that. So the best part I like about the Finland method, which we have managed to incorporate in our method, is that time is built into the timetable to collaborate with teachers' reflections, and teachers' meetings.
Okay.
So no stay back,
Okay.
no working on Saturdays, no phone calls to teachers on Sundays.
Which is the biggest problem in our Indian
Now
schools today.
this we have managed to, but this is the only way you can do it, to
Yeah.
build it in your curriculum. So there's no stay back. There are no stay back meetings. Everything has to be built into the time at school.
Okay.
So that is something where they scored. And number 3 is that over there's a lot of respect for the teachers. Now, here I'll tell you one thing. Respect for the teachers, because all teachers are masters. Now, masters are big thing abroad. Over here, every teacher is not only a graduate but a postgraduate.
Yeah.
But over there, to be a postgraduate, so their degrees are very high. So I would say over here, teachers need to earn their own respect also. We can expect those things from parents,
Yeah.
but even teachers need to continuously upskill themselves. How
That
can
is
you
true.
get respect?
That is true.
You upskill yourself, be on top of the game, right? Nobody will contest you. No student, no parent, and no principal can contest you if you are good in the job.
No, but that's the biggest dilemma. Where do we have the time to upskill? If I am teaching a class, then I am handling the parents' issues as well on WhatsApp groups. Then I am checking the question papers, assignments, everything. Then I have to be a part of the school events also. I have to organize that also. So where do I as a teacher get time to upskill?
So I'll just give you some model which I follow.
Okay.
And but still there's burnout in our schools. There is still pressure and workload. But at school we try to do this. So for example, that at home, I go and buy a tray for the kitchen. And I come home, I remove a tray, I chuck a tray.
Okay.
So I'm a decluttering person, right? So when you are making your calendar in the year, so suppose this year you've decided I want a musical concert.
Okay.
And other years in your life, you've never had a musical concert.
Okay.
So you want a music concert. First thing you look at your timetable and say, what can I remove? Okay, there was supposed to be a major performance.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a grade 10 and 11 doing a carnival.
Yeah.
Or there was supposed to be a literature fancy dress or something. Remove it. Remove it. Declutter it. So the teacher will still be stressed because for a concert, she has to prepare separate SOPs.
Yeah.
However, you have removed something from her. So your timetable has to be, your calendar has to be very robust. And you have to ensure that the teacher's workload is not increasing. It may be becoming different. And that differentiation, every teacher has to get into it because your concepts, education is changing. There's nothing static.
Yeah.
Everything is dynamic. Your concepts have changed, your education has changed, your methodologies are changing. It's so much more technical now, so much more digital now, so much of AI is being used. So yes, it is a workload.
So ma'am, now we've spoken about teachers from a lot of angles. But आपको क्या लगता है पहले क्या चेंज हुआ, टीचर्स रोल और एक्सपेक्टेशन फ्रॉम टीचर्स?
Expectations from teachers. Teacher's role was continuing. See, what is the main role of a teacher? The teacher's role is to teach with joy.
Yeah.
This was continuing. And to a certain extent, even now you see that joy. Like, for example, on Teacher's Day, you should see the teachers' faces.
Yeah, they're
when
so
they
happy.
go home, gifts are not allowed. So they go home with these cards and they're single rows or on their birthdays. And they come and say, this is why I'm in this line. When her students get A star in the board exams, she comes back and she has tears in her eyes and she says, this is why I'm in this line, right?
Yeah.
So the teachers feel the same, but the role has changed now because of the expectations.
And workload is probably killing the joy of teaching.
Totally. As I said, the joy is there. But with it, when it comes wrapped with documentation, to be accountable in areas where they are not supposed to be accountable. I mean, a teacher is not a therapist.
Yeah.
A teacher is not a social worker. But that is the role that she's playing with a student these days.
Yeah.
So therein, the joy of teaching leaks out, completely leaks out. And I've seen it in school. And there is a kind of almost a silent, you can say, burnout, where the teachers don't mention it. Yeah. Because a teacher's role is supposed to be very enduring.
Yeah.
So they're coming out of it like a superhero.
Yeah.
And killing themselves. So what do these teachers do? They quietly exit.
Yeah.
And we always feel, no, she may be joining another school. And you watch the trajectory. That person hasn't joined any school. They have taken some tuitions at home. And by the way, with these tuitions, they're probably earning more than they do at school.
Absolutely.
But what has education lost? This teacher at school would have affected the life
more number of students.
Hundreds of children.
Not children, actually the next generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bringing up, so you've lost all that.
Yeah.
But this is the realization that we have to see.
Yeah.
And give not only empathy, but help them, support them, guide them, and take them there.
I was watching a reel. आज सुबह ही मैंने reel देखी. One teacher left the school, so the principal called her and asked her कि आप इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे थे from the last 5 years. Yeah. Why did you leave? She said, I was doing all I could. I was giving in extra hours. I was solving all problems of students. बट मैंने क्विट टीचिंग से नहीं किया है, मैंने क्विट वो फीलिंग से किया है क्योंकि मैंने एक गलती करी और मुझे बाहर कर दिया, और जब मैंने 100 अच्छे काम करे तो किसी ने नोटिस नहीं किया.
You're so right, because today teachers are being judged on one comparison, one assessment, and one complaint.
Yeah.
And their 30 years of experience journey is nothing compared to this one single factor which
Absolutely.
comes in.
Absolutely.
And that too is happening. Why? Tell me, why is it there? Why did she say this to the school? Why did the principal or whoever do this? So because the principal, or let's say the management, even they are under pressure. Under whose pressure are they? Parents.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because especially here we have complaints. Those complaints can be magnified and taken up to certain levels where even the principal, she may actually be empathetic towards the teacher, because the principal has also been a teacher once.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But she is also under pressure. She is also facing a burnout with many unreasonable requests coming to her, or unreasonable complaints coming to her, and she succumbs to it. So, it's a catch-22 situation, that where do you look? Everywhere you see that there is these barriers and these blocks, which is actually hindering education system.
True. Also, I think teachers को India में it's considered a very normal job, or they aren't respected and they aren't also paid for the same. I've met government teachers earning not government, private school teachers earning 5,000 rupees a month, which is absolutely nothing. If you are a teacher, you are investing so much of your time, efforts and everything. I think the pay structure needs to be taken care of. Government is doing their things. They are taking out all those sixth pay commissions and seventh pay
Yeah,
commissions, but it's
yes.
not being.
I think it's reached now the seventh, eighth pay
Yeah.
commission. And I completely agree with you that, yes, salaries, but however, in many schools, at least, salaries are being looked into. And because I think all schools, I feel, have realized the value of teachers. A school cannot exist without teachers.
Absolutely.
You can have the best infrastructure, you can have the best system, your top leadership can be heavy, your top curriculum planning can be great, but it is the teacher who does the how. You can do the
Absolutely.
what,
Yeah.
but the teacher is the one who does the how. And I think every area should understand this. And I'll give you an example. The best example, like for example, when people are choosing a school,
Yeah.
they choose the school. When students are choosing a school, they're choosing the teachers.
Yeah.
And the best part, I can tell you, what happened in COVID. What happened in COVID? 2 years, the teacher alone ran the school.
Absolutely.
It was not the policies which held the schools together. It was the teachers that held the school together. And look what a scanner they were under.
Yeah.
Because not only the student was listening to them, every parent, I mean, it was like the Chitrahar of the old days.
Yeah.
Sab aa jate the and to see what the teacher is doing.
And everyone is waiting for that one wrong word you are speaking.
One wrong word and it is mailed the next day.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I think the parents then realized what a fantastic job is being done. We had no complaints. So COVID is a great example of that teachers are the ones who are the leaders.
Yeah.
And everybody acknowledges that.
Yeah.
So where does it go wrong?
Yeah.
That is the question which we need to look into. That where does this whole thing, I mean, why is this barrier between teachers, management, or teachers, principal, or teachers, senior leadership?
Yeah.
Why aren't they one? So this is an issue which all of us, including me, need to look into and work towards it to remove this boundary.
Yeah. Do you think teacher's degree is useless or degree is important?
Actually, what is being proven now is it is not really an advantage as such. It is an advantage in your CV. It's an advantage when you are being taken at a school, like for example, B.Ed.
Yeah.
Now, B.Ed is an essential degree for many schools, right? But you also have to understand when the teacher comes and she shows you a B.Ed, I think every principal and every HR must understand that what have they learnt in B.Ed.
Yeah.
So you have to be prepared that you have to reteach the teacher everything, right?
Yeah.
So we run a teacher training center.
Okay.
It's a 9-month course.
Okay.
It's It's not an online course, it's a hands-on course, right? Now, what we have done is we have got 50% theory and 50% internship.
Okay.
So experiential learning.
Okay.
So what happens, mostly you'll see, all of us at schools, we are requiring a teacher who has experience. Why? Only reason, she has adapted herself to the school systems. She's got used to how children behave. She's got used to how to manage children,
Yeah.
right? But that doesn't come with a degree.
Correct. Absolutely.
So, like I remember, I had about 6-7 years ago, I had a teacher who came in fresh from Wellams, right? She just graduated and she came. And she spoke. She had that energy. She was about 21-year-old.
Okay.
And looking at her, I just felt, you have to go by your intuition. You can't just look at the paper and the
Absolutely,
CV.
yeah.
She had no CV also. And I asked her, what have you graduated? She said, math. So I said, math padha sakte ho? She said, yes, ma'am, and things like that. I took her as a grade 5 math teacher just on a hunch. And this girl was amazing. And no certificate, nothing she had.
And most of the people wouldn't have taken her.
Absolutely. Because you're looking for that. So you have to go by your judgment, your intuition, because you can train a teacher. So what is important actually is what you have graduated in. If you are a subject expert, so if it's somebody who's done biology, somebody who's done physics, you have to have respect for that.
Yeah.
She's done math. You come on, respect it. That means she has the content knowledge.
Yeah.
So all you need to do, if she has the content knowledge, she just needs the experience and she needs the strategies.
Yeah.
Now the strategies in international school, like in Cambridge, we are very fortunate because there is continuous training.
Yeah.
So like suppose a teacher comes and she says, but ma'am, I'm not Cambridge trained. Cambridge doesn't train teachers who are not in schools.
Okay.
So only teachers who are teaching in international schools, they take in the training.
Yeah.
So what are they giving you? The how, the lesson plans, the schemes of work, the learning outcomes they're measuring, the measurement, how data. They're giving you that. Your school is giving you what? The experience.
Yeah.
Day to day, your leader is giving you the experience and you're learning. You become a teacher. You become a teacher. How did that certification help? Except maybe in some courses,
Absolutely. It
which
won't
are
help the
robust,
degree. Yeah,
which is
yeah.
fantastic. I mean, there are programs like IIM. In our Montessori training, you cannot become a teacher without a certificate because there are certain apparatus and the method you have to learn.
Yeah.
And so you cannot become a teacher unless you trained on how to use it, which is like, you will look at 5 blocks and you will say, what is it? You can just put it on top of each other. But teacher has to learn that it can be used in multiple ways. So teacher training, yes, it has to be a robust.
So in a way, is B.Ed useless?
It has to, the format, the content, the way it's done, the methodology of the B.Ed programs, it has to be less based on assessment, less based on theory, more on experience and more on exposure to educational practices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
और मैम आपने बताया कि टीचर्स को व्हाट स्कूल देता है, हाउ इज गिवन बाय द ट्रेनिंग, बट डू यू थिंक टीचर्स आर फॉरगेटिंग द व्हाई दे बिकेम द टीचर्स? द व्हाई इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, आई थिंक.
See, they became teachers for something totally different. And they became something else, but that happens in every journey, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, it happens.
What your goal was 5 years ago changes now.
That is true, but why has to be something which is not related to the goal? Like, I run a business because I love doing that. I love managing people. I love selling things. So that is my why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll say this, that the teacher joined the teacher profession. First of all, think back why you joined it. What were your reasons? There were 2 kinds of reasons. One was pastime.
Yeah.
घर में काम है, domestic life है, children है, I can't do anything else. The husband said, doesn't matter. You don't be a banker. Because, all these teachers now, unlike the olden days, they've had a profession before. They're very they've been they've been working in banks, they've been working in PR companies.
I think still a
All of
long way
them.
to go. Very, very few of them are like that.
No, everybody is working.
Okay.
We have a CSR program where we are doing adult education of a group of children who come. I do a 2-month module where they come to our school and we do. I'm talking to them and they can barely speak English. Each one is a EA somewhere.
Okay.
They all have got jobs
Okay.
in their own areas.
Which is very nice to
And these
hear.
are married women with children
Yeah.
who have got jobs and they have coming to upskill themselves and to refine their skills further. So the teachers are a lot who have done something in whichever area. Now they are joining. Now if they are joining for this purpose that it's a time pass, and the family has told them, "हाँ बस जाओ 3 घंटा करो and come back," and that they're joining so that when I come home, I will not touch my profession and I will do my other thing. Then the why is wrong.
Yeah.
Avyakt, the why is wrong.
Yeah.
So why should you join teaching? As you said, for the love, for the joy.
And the school should invest some time and resources in telling them again and again what the why of a teacher
See,
is.
this is the biggest thing lacking. You want an answer to the teachers' problems, the school's problems, and the parents' problem. Every school should engage more in teacher training. Every school should engage in adult learning and not adult monitoring. In
And
most schools, adult monitoring is taking place.
Yeah. And teacher training not only in terms of content but overall personality.
Completely. We have personality developments, we have makeup program, we have many things like that which the teachers are enjoying.
Yeah.
Like for example, we have a uniform in school
Yeah.
for teachers.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm in uniform today.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my uniform.
Yeah.
So that the teachers are provided a uniform which complements them, which is the same as the students. So the students and teachers, everybody is wearing the same uniforms. In fact, the support staff too. So the schools have to think of programs on where you're making the teacher feel a certain amount of ownership.
So now in this conversation, we've come to a point that we are saying that the majority of success of a school depends on the teachers. Correct?
I agree.
Yeah. And most of the schools are not realizing this.
I don't think they don't realize. I think they're helpless. And they're helpless because of that time factor that you were talking about. That where is the time to do all this? And they're helpless because of being under pressure because of parents. So the three have to work together. There have to be programs where you are investing in the fact that the parent education comes into it.
No, but we spoke about teachers being less respected by parents.
Yes.
But do you think teachers are being respected by the school owners? Because school owners are a thing in India. And do you think they are respected enough?
I won't say that, let me not, I would like to say not the owners, I would say the school leaders.
Yeah.
Because actually the owners are telling the leaders to do something.
Yeah.
Now it's up to the leader to actually put forth the teacher's situation.
So do you think school leaders are respecting their teachers enough?
It's a yes and a no. We may be thinking we are respecting them, but the teacher doesn't think it's respect. So there has to be more, as I said in the beginning, there has to be more interface, more interaction, more time to be able to make the teacher feel that basically from, we might think as leaders, we might think we are empowering them. We might be giving them autonomy. The teacher doesn't think so.
Yeah.
So you have to have more effort in making the teacher realize this. And then again, it comes to the entire parent thing that we have to also sensitize parents. We have to educate the parents on how to handle the teachers.
No, now talking about parents, where does the line cross where the involvement by parents starts affecting the child and the teacher?
Where does the line cross?
Yeah.
It crosses day one of opening of the school.
Okay.
Of the session. It is that much.
Why do you say that?
I would say because, as I mentioned in the beginning, that it's become more of a customer service, the relationship. So the relationship has become eroded. There is a lot of Helicoptering, which is done by parents, which leads them to micromanagement.
What do you mean by helicoptering?
That is the word they are using these days. Helicopter parenting means parents who are actually supervising too much and not everything is positively. See, I can understand up to a certain age. In primary, at pre-primary level, you have to be, because it's the physical, but it carries on for a while up to, I think, grade 6. This helicoptering continues, where you are actually interfering with everything the child is saying, and very often the children are actually the winners because they're making the most of it. So even if a child comes home, let's say, and the child is not feeling well, immediately the parent will pick up the menu of the school. Okay, what was wrong there? And the child says, I don't know, but I came home also and I ate samosa and I ate something else. So the parent, no, but what did you eat in school?
Yeah.
Right? So then it becomes that. Or see, the worst part is they are discussing the teacher at home. So suppose the child comes and says, and very often the children are wanting attention. So he says, my teacher was very rude to me today. Without finding facts, you say, the family keeps talking, she's been rude before. When they are talking like that, the child has lost respect for the teacher.
Yeah, that is true.
So the child doesn't come to the school and say, Mummy, or whoever was talking about that, but he stops listening to the teacher. So that again erodes the relationship.
So can we say that parents are dominating the classes indirectly?
No, I wouldn't use such a harsh word.
Okay.
Because I would still say, I think it's 20% parents, they may be feeling it, but 80% parents can handle it well. So what they do is they handle their concerns in a very polite mail. And it's amazing the mails they send you. They send you the full complaint, and they say, but we trust you. We trust you that you will take care of it. And believe you me, those last 4 lines make a change. All of us look into it, and that parent is a green flag parent, that he's telling us the problem, but he's waiting for us to get back. So it's only about 20% parents who, yes, definitely there should be a code of respect, a code for parents, where it should be written what you can do to the teacher, and there should be a code of conduct as far as this is concerned, and also about what you can do to bring up children. Like, see, a parent needs to partner a teacher.
Yeah,
a parent
absolutely.
cannot create pressure on the teacher.
Absolutely.
In fact, as a school, what can you do in this? So I personally feel that if a parent has a complaint, the first person the parent should meet is the teacher on her own, not without the head, right? Now, if a parent says, no, I want the coordinator to be there, what does it mean? It means he's not looking for partnership. He's looking for somebody to hear his complaint.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if the teacher and the parent talk, and the teachers normally so sincerely even admit at times, I said this, I didn't mean it. It's enough. It's enough. The parent will be satisfied. But egos come into it.
No, a huge problem is social media also, because if a parent puts one video of a school and then other parents start agreeing with them even though they don't even know the full picture, it's a 40-second reel, you don't know the full story, and then more parents feel like they can do the same and more parents will come, they will get views, they will be happy to hear this. I don't know what happens.
So that is why the teachers lose their tongue, they lose their speech. With that, they lose their confidence. When they have lost the confidence, how can they teach in the class?
Absolutely.
See, when the entire parents must understand, like I'm at school, I'm there from 9 to 2:33, and I meet the students, we say hello, good morning, we chat a little, all of us, all the leaders, I'm calling even coordinators the leaders. But when all your school's culture, ethos and value walk into the classroom on the face of the teacher, this is something you have to believe. It's not interacting with me that the child knows about the culture and values of the school and the ethos. It is on the face of the teacher, because she is the only one who's connected 6 hours a day, almost 24/7 except for the holidays.
Absolutely.
With the child.
Absolutely.
So she's the one. So for the parent, actually, the teacher is the most important person.
Absolutely.
But tell me, when parents come for admission, they come and ask, is there a swimming pool? Show me your labs. They might want to see they see the leaders' faces. They see the admission counselor they meet. I don't think any parent has asked me, can I meet the teacher? That's a big one.
Yeah, you are right.
Especially if they're joining mid-session, it would be wonderful if they, can I meet the teacher?
Absolutely.
I would put my judgment on that.
Yeah.
But very often they ask me, are your teachers certified? Do you have a file of their certification?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. So do you think parents have become impatient?
yeah, as I told you earlier, I mean, the child will take 20 years to get 20
Yeah.
years. But today it is like, 5 minutes noodle, everything is to be very fast.
You've also been a teacher trainer and we spoke about teacher training a bit earlier. क्या आपको लगता है कि जो इंडिया की टीचर ट्रेनिंग है स्कूल्स में दैट इज अलाइंड विद द रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ टीचर्स?
Schools में नहीं है. The schools are mostly just doing internal teacher training.
या
The teacher training centers are your B.Ed and things like this.
नो बट स्टिल डू यू थिंक स्कूल शुड डू टीचर ट्रेनिंग?
Well, we have had a teacher training since 20 years, so I would say yes.
Absolutely, but 99% of the schools don't do teacher training. They just rely on some companies who are giving them products to just deliver one session on one topic.
Yes, yes.
So why is teacher training not valued in India?
Absolutely. See, there is a compulsory thing which we have got is PD,
Yeah.
professional growth.
Yeah.
And I think most schools, I don't know about the other schools, but there's a mandate that you have to have so many PD sessions in the year.
Absolutely, because CBSE is also saying CPD, continuous progressive
Absolutely,
development, for
absolutely,
50 hours.
absolutely.
But why are teachers not valuing, why are schools not valuing teachers training?
You mean, no, schools are having PDs and, professional development programs, etc. But once in 3 months doesn't help.
Absolutely. That's not,
Once in 3
you're
months.
just trying to formulate, you're just trying to do whatever
And then-
government has asked
And
you.
then you end up just telling them how to make curriculum, how to make your lesson plans, things like that, which is not required.
Classroom management, some random session on class.
See, I would say that if I had any advice to give to teachers, I would tell the teachers that what are you looking for in this profession, right? You're looking for respect. Now, respect is upskill yourself, but do it yourself. You see, even teacher training programs, if they're not good, like suppose a principal, suppose I've hired an agency, come and do 3-day session.
Yeah.
How do I know it's good? It's making my teacher go to sleep. right?
Absolutely.
So I would say, see, a teacher has to invest in her own growth.
Yeah.
Let her choose. And human beings, we are, self-identification is very important for us. And we identify ourselves with growth. Any human being, we are
Yeah.
moving towards
Growth
the
oriented.
little child. He left his parents' hand because he wanted to walk independently.
Yeah.
A teacher should grow, do trainings, do courses, choosing them, investing in them on her own. She will learn double because she's invested herself. Her decision was hers to join that course.
Yeah.
Payment that she's doing is hers, right? She will be far more engaged with it and she will look for the deliverables far more. So it has to be a one-to-one to train yourself, and the school should guide, should give them time. If they're doing a course like that, if she needs some days off, you give them the days off without cutting their salary and help them to grow.
Yeah.
So, but it has to be done also by the teacher. The schools are giving all these programs, but I don't know how much meaning it has.
And I think another problem in India is people don't know the value of upskilling. Because once I started learning, once I started doing some courses, I did one, I did two, I realized how much of how much horizon of mine has opened from this. And
That's what I'm
then
telling
I've been
you.
doing it till now.
See, as you rightly said, in India, you feel upskilling is more work.
Yeah,
Upskilling means working smarter,
absolutely.
but working less. Your workload, this is what I always say, make your workload less. And today with this digital, everything around you, technology, AI, so many things around you, my life has become easier.
Absolutely.
It's become easier. Of course, the pressures have become much more because the student has found something which you couldn't, because the student is smarter in it. But soon, the teacher is only going to be a facilitator. She's not going to be a teacher.
Absolutely.
Because you have all this. And also, what are we guiding our students to be? Self-study.
Yeah.
The model should be flip learning.
Yeah.
Self-study. And then come
Yeah.
queries to your teacher.
Absolutely. And that's probably what's going to happen in
And
the
the
future.
workload of the teacher will come down. The burnout of the teachers will come down this way. The child will become more independent and of his own learning. So
Yeah.
the whole system will improve in this manner. And thanks to your AI here. So we are
Yeah.
going to be just facilitators.
Yeah. Ma'am, 3 things schools are unintentionally doing wrong.
Okay. The first and foremost thing I'll say, not investing enough in teacher training. And by teacher training, teacher training is a very boring word.
Yeah.
So let's say not investing enough in the teacher's professional growth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not investing enough time, engagement, or whatever you have. So that's one thing. Second thing, more protection of teachers needs to be done. Like, for example, at our place and at many other places, we do not give the personal telephone number to parents of teachers. They are not allowed to. So they get no WhatsApp,
Okay.
they get no calls from teachers. And we told the teachers, you give it once, don't come to us. That's it, right? So we insist that the teacher's privacy is respected
Yeah.
and not encroached upon. So the schools, could follow something like this, and our parents are very, very respectful of that, and they don't. And the third is, again, as I said, protect your teachers, stand up for them publicly. You can have your little talk later, but at the front of parents, at the front, have the respect. After all, why have you hired that teacher? You've hired the teacher because you respect her ability to teach.
Yeah.
You hired the teacher because she came across as somebody to have attitudes.
Yeah.
And if you don't have trust in her or faith in her, there is an exit. But the
Absolutely.
people you have decided to have, you have to stand up for them publicly. And if at times you don't, apologize then. Because at sometimes all
Which
of
is
us
very important. Yeah.
have the ego, or remove your ego and apologize.
Yeah. Now, ma'am, we have the final rapid fire round. So I'll ask you a question. You have to
Okay.
answer very quickly without thinking.
Okay.
So, teaching today, profession or emotional labor?
Emotional labor.
You've already told us why. Discipline or empathy?
Empathy.
Training or support? What matters more?
Support.
One myth,
Once again, can I go back? Both. That was a difficult one.
training or support? Both.
No, I'll go back to training.
Training.
Training, because I'll put my support in training. Training
Okay.
itself is a support.
Okay.
I'm supporting the teacher with my training.
Okay.
Because I'm a teacher trainer, I have faith in that.
Yeah.
So I'll go for training.
Okay. One myth parents believe about teachers.
The teacher is not doing enough for my child. She's a good teacher, but she's ignoring my child.
One mistake schools make with teachers.
One mistake which schools make with teachers is, again, I go back to that professional growth, not encouraging them in professional growth, and not having boundaries with the people they engage with, be it students, be it parents.
One quality every great teacher must have today.
Great attitude with empathy.
Can you elaborate?
If she has an attitude, she'll be open to training.
Okay.
If she has a great attitude, she'll be open to the fact to hear that, listen, your content is a little mid-level. Please go to such resources. Just do it, upskill yourself.
Absolutely.
So it's an attitude.
Yeah.
She'll be open to it.
She's not insecure.
She's not insecure.
Yeah.
So attitude is very, very important.
One sentence every teacher needs to hear today.
You're a rock star. They are rock stars. And I believe in it.
Yeah.
I believe in it. Leaders go wrong sometimes, but they are rock stars.
Yeah. Lastly, a school truly succeeds
When the three arms of a triangle, the parent, the teacher, and the student, work in tandem. They work together, the school is going to be a success. They have to work as partners. There should be no wall, barriers, anything between them. And no leader will interfere, let me tell you,
Yeah.
if this happens.
Absolutely. All right, Chanda ma'am, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast, and having such a great, insightful discussion about teachers is always a joy.
No, I really thoroughly enjoyed this because this is my line, and completely love to share this with you
Thank you.
and with others.
Thank you.
Thank you.